talk about variables we use in a JavaScript. So if you're using any front-end automation tool like Cypress, Playwright, or Test Cafe, or if you're using the back-end automation using the Postman, as you know, it supports the JavaScript. And in JavaScript, there is a way of declaring the variable. There's three ways you can declare the variable: using the var keyword, using the let keyword, and using the const keyword. So we'll look into these options, when to use what options, and what are the different scopes, uh, and what is the best use of using different options. So before we do that, we need two things. First of all, we need a runtime environment where we can actually run our code in JavaScript, and also we need one IDE, so where we can type our code. So I've already installed the Node JS, which will provide me the runtime environment to run my JavaScript, and I've already got a IDE as a Visual Studio Code where I can type my code and run the code. Okay, so what we're going to do is, as you can see, when you install the IDE Visual Studio Code, this is the first screen you will get. And you can open any folders. I've already got a JS learning folder on my desktop, so I'm going to file and open folder, and from my desktop I will be using this Java learning folder. There's nothing inside this folder, is an empty folder. So as soon as you do that, you get this screen. So now inside this folder, there's an option here, we are creating very first file. So I do that, variables.js. So in JavaScript, all the file extension is JS, which is an extension for JavaScript. So yeah, in the JavaScript, you can declare the variable using the const, let, and var keyword. Okay, and we're gonna see one by one. So let's see the const first. So const, as the name suggests, is actually we used to maintain the constant value of the variable. So so for example, const weekdays equals to 7. Okay, so this is a constant value. It's like a pi value or something, which is not going to be changed. Um, the only problem with the only point you need to remember with the const is you cannot redeclare or reinitialize. It's like a final keyword in Java. So what I meant is, if I redeclare this variable const weekdays, see, this is not allowed. So you cannot redeclare the variable. Also, I cannot reinitialize. So if I do weekdays equals to 9, and if we do console log days, okay, so how are you going to run these programs? To run the JavaScript program, you need to open the terminal. So you can open the terminal using this option, new terminal, or you can click here and you will get the terminal window here. So here, to run the program, all you have to do is node and then your file name. So variable JS, and as you can see, you are getting an assignment to a constant variable. So this line number 5 is giving us an error to assignment to a, so you cannot reassign the value to a constant variable. So we remove this line, save it, and if we run it again, and we are fine, it's printing the 7. So so that is with the const value. We cannot redeclare or reinitialize. It's like a final keyword in Java. Another thing is, if you just declare the const variable without assigning any value. So for example, if I do const ABC, and that's it, I haven't assigned any value to ABC, this is not allowed. So const variable will give you an error. It's const declaration must be initialized. You cannot just declare it and not initialize. Okay, so that's with the const. We use it whenever we have to use or to maintain the constant value. Now the second one, we talk about the let. So let is the most preferred way actually. So whenever we declare the the variable, let is the most preferred way, and the scope of the let is actually a block. So So let's talk about this let, and the scope is block. Okay. So what it means is, so basically if you do let x is equal to 10, for example, and let y equals to 5, for example, and if you do any condition, for example, if you do, let's say x is greater than y, um, and you want to do something, so you want to assign the let x is equal to 20 this time, and here come out and you print here, so console log, and then also you print one console outside the block. So if we do that, so it will give you two results now, 20 and 10. So what really happened is it we define the x is equal to 10, so that is the declaration and the initialization. Now here on line number 10 we are doing the condition, so if x is equal to y, then change the x value or reinitialize the x value to 20 and then print that value. So what we are doing is we're changing the x value to 20 here, and then we're printing here. So this line will give you 20, and then as soon as we are coming outside the block and we print it again, then it will look for x is equal to 10 here. So so basically a scope is inside the block only. So when we declare let x is equal to 10 here, is actually, we call it globally defined, and when we declare inside the block, we call it locally, or we can also say functionally. Okay, so this is the scope of the let. Also, the another thing is when you say let y is equal to 5, and um, if I do let y is equals to 20, so here it will not let you redeclare it. So basically redeclarations is not allowed. However, you can reinitialize the value. So here if I do y is equal to 20, that is perfectly fine. So in let you cannot redeclare. um, the redeclarations are not allowed, but you can reinitialize of the value, that is possible. But in const we cannot redeclare, neither we can redeclare nor we can reinitialize. It's a final. In let we can we cannot redeclare, but we can reinitialize the value. um, okay, and the third one is the var keyword. So the var keyword is really an old way of declaring the variable, and it has a few limitations. So we don't really use this keyword in the modern JavaScript. Um, we can we redeclare the var? So yes. So if I come here and if I say var is a is equal to 10, and now I'm saying var a is equal to 20. Okay, so I can redeclare the variable. I can redeclare the variable using the var keyword. Redeclaration of a var are actually not allowed in Java, but it is actually allowed in JavaScript. So when you do var is equal to 10 and var is equal to 20, this is allowed. Um, can we do the reinitialization? So yeah, for example, var is equal to where a is equal to 10, and I want to reinitialize this value now. So I'm saying a is equal to 50 now. um, this is fine, we can still do that. So console.log a, if I print that, as you can see, is printing the 50 now. Okay, so uh, I mean, I guess you know the difference between the declaring and initialization. So when you say var is equal to a, this is just called declaring the variable. But when you say var a is equal to 10, you are actually declaring as well as initializing the value. So so um, so reinitialization and redeclarations are both allowed using the var keyword. So you can declare var a is equal to 20 or 30. So basically you can redeclare the variable, and also you can reinitialize the variable. So here it is actually completely opposite of const. So here you can redeclare the variable as well as you can reinitialize the variable. So that is actually um, creating slight problem, and that's why we are not actually uh, like to use the variable using the var keyword. The problem with var is, if I give you an example, so for example, say var a is equal to 10. Now if I'm doing a condition here, if a is equal to uh, a less than 5, okay, then do something. So if a is less than 5, then variable change my variable value. So where a is equals to 50. So now here I am changing, I'm printing the console.log a, okay, saving it, and if we run that, a is here, if we put a is less than or greater than 5. So yeah, if a is greater than 5, so obviously a is equal to 10, and then change the value where a is equal to 50. So now if I do that, and also here we can print console.log a. So as you can see here, we changed or reassigned the value of a from 10 to 50 here. As soon as this condition met, the variable value has been changed from 10 to 50, and we are printing here, as well as the outside the block is also 50. So what really happened is we have completely lost variable a is equal to 10. So that's why we don't really use this var keyword in modern JavaScript. Um, there is another small point is, um, when you just declare the variable, um, but you don't assign any value. So if I say var a, and if I say console.log a, and so the default, when you declare the variable, but if you don't initialize any value, so the default value will be undefined. So this will be undefined. Same thing will happen if you declare the variable using the let keyword. So here I'm using let, and say b, and let's say here I'm printing the b. So that is also undefined. And as we have already seen, on the constant, we cannot just declare the variable and not initialize any value. So if you do const c, and if you do console.log c, this will give you an error saying const declaration must be initialized. So that's it. I hope this will make sense. Thank you so much.